let's get out of this train station parking lot before I have to sneeze. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the 12th of June here. I need to get my butt home because I've got quite a bit on my agenda for to do, and apparently allergies are one of them. Might need to take an allergy pill. I don't really want to, but I might need to just to focus. We're not gonna go behind this truck. Fuck that. But yeah, so I've got quite a bit of stuff to do. As I mentioned last night, my paper is probably really like 80% done or so. Almost done with it. Almost. I can just turn that in and be done with this class and be done with this quarter because this is the only class I have this quarter. You ready? Because I'm ready. I'm ready to just be done with this. And then after that, it's, I guess, well, Spyro stuff, essentially. That's the main thing on my agenda for today, other than the fact that these two vlogs still need to get cut. That's just what needs to happen. Vlogs, Spyro, paper. It's a busy day. It's a pretty busy day, especially if I'm fighting stupid allergies over it. Weather's starting to get real hot and humid again. It's already like over 70 degrees and it's not even, it's not even 7:30 in the morning yet. We're way ahead of schedule, by the way, with dropping Sarah off, but that's okay. The R7 is running, as you can probably guess by the fact that I just left the station for it and didn't actually drop her off like down the hill or any of that. It is running. So she should theoretically be able to take the one that comes in now 5 minutes or so. Because, well, that would always be that'd be a good thing. It's actually much quicker than having to go down to the bottom of the hill and take the 66 and the L. But no matter. Anyway, I am going to go back home because I need to get stuff done. Well, I hope you guys have all been having a good or a productive morning, because have I? You bet. 2 vlogs are up. Both of the last 2, which puts us back completely on time again. And also, we have a really, really good turnaround for this month so far. We're averaging about 1.5 for the first third of June. 1.5 days to turnaround, which is exactly what I like to see. Anywhere under 2 is absolutely perfect. Just because, especially with, the way vlogs work, is that it can take me 2-3 days to turn a vlog around sometimes. So having it at 1.5 is actually really good and the best we've had in a while. Now you might be noticing here on the exporter here is the Spyro 3 episode of the day, which even though it's 12:30, which makes it about a half an hour late, is still pretty good because considering that I lost time this morning because I didn't have time to record because they were out mowing the lawn, and my sister was here for longer than usual because she's usually out of here by like 9. She didn't leave until like 10:30 or so. So all things considered, that's pretty good. And on top of that I completely forgot to mention, I have a receipt in my inbox from submitting my final paper. I am done with philosophy. Now, what grade I got, well, that still remains to be seen, but I'm actually done work-wise. And that's what's important to me. So I think that because it's about 12:30, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to work on 1 or 2 more episodes of commentary for Spyro once this is done, because it's only got about a minute and a half left. And I'm probably going to record... We're going to upload that so that it's actually out. Then we're going to record 1 or 2 more. Because Spyro should be mostly finished by the end of this week. Like, if you're watching this, like, tomorrow or Wednesday or something, everything for Spyro should be actually done by the end of this week, except for, like, the post-game stuff. So look forward to it. Look forward to it. What a... Actually really humid night. It's really, really humid. It's not that hot anymore, but it's still like you walk out and it's just a wall. It's just a wall of it. I need to actually unlock my car before I can get in. That'd be a good thing. So further news, apparently on the debate of what's going to happen to my sister's, formerly my car, that little Volvo I was talking about the other day. I think my parents are considering going back up to the auto shop that we got this from, which is actually, it's one of the shops on 13, a little further up around the border between like Bensalem and Croydon. But yeah, the debate right now is actually potentially that she might be getting like a, depending on how good it is or how many miles are on it, because it's for whatever reason not listed on their website. But she might be getting like an what is it, a 2005 Toyota Corolla? Which is actually hilarious to me, because that was the car my father owned. Wait, one of the cars my father owned a couple cars ago. It was the one he had before his Impala. And that's funny to me, not only because it's one that he already owned, but if she does that, that'll be the second time that that's happened. Because my second car, that Buick that was very early on, was actually our second Buick Century. Is that because my father back in the early 2000s had a 2001 Buick Century, and then he traded that in for the Toyota Corolla, which was in a car wreck, I guess probably about a year before the vlog started. And yeah, so that was. But that was with us for many years, because I think he ran that thing. That was like the only car we've ever had brand new, and he ran that thing over 100,000 miles. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to think about, but again, you know, that was when he started going to Bluebell. That was also, we got that car because that was when Katrina hit, because even though we really like driving these V6 cars and everything, it's just impractical to drive them when gas was over $4 a gallon up here. So that's why that car happened. But also just because my sister is honestly not ready for one of these yet. She's not ready for a full-scale, you know, V6 power engine car yet. She still needs a learning car. She started driving later than I did. So even though I got this thing going into my sophomore year of high school, and I had the Buick before that. I mean, I was obviously, the vlog extends back to my freshman year. I was obviously driving the Buick before that. She's still got a little bit more learning to go. So which is why she's still going to be having essentially another learner's car, because if she's going to another or a Toyota coming from the Volvo or something. I mean, I'm still happy with this. This has treated me pretty well. It's a boring car, but you got to admit it hasn't failed me. And so even though that mileage is getting high, as we're getting fairly close to crossing that 140,000 mile range, certainly not ready to scrap this thing yet. This thing still holds itself together pretty well. I know there are certainly vlog members and things who don't like this car very much, but probably I'm just going to run it to the ground. Which is honestly what's happened to the Volvo, so we've run the thing to the ground, and now it's, like the Buick also, costing more in repairs than it's worth it to drive. But this thing, right now, for as boring as it is costing us basically nothing. And I really can't complain about it. Lasted us a pretty good amount of time. I got a lot of work done as well today too, and I'm pretty satisfied with that as well.